All right. So at this point, you're probably thinking, okay, Mr. Impermissible Pullman, now that I understand the law, that's not putting money in my pocket. You need to tell me what's next. I'm glad you asked, because you're right. Knowing the law is only half the battle. If you want to win the war, you need to know how to enforce your rights. Because companies don't respond to complaints. They don't respond to emails. They don't respond to you quoting the FCRA. They do respond to process. They do respond to pressure. They do respond to the civil court system. When I first learned the law, I did what everybody else does. I contacted the companies directly. I quoted the law, explained the violations, but the companies still ignored me. They still dismissed me. They basically, in a not so polite way, basically said, we can do whatever we wanted, and nothing changed. It wasn't until I learned how to use the civil court system that everything changed. That's when I closed the circle. That's when the money started coming in, and that's when they stopped ignoring me. And here is the thing. I didn't start with the easy stuff. I started with negative information, which is the hardest path. And somewhere along the way, I realized that I was becoming the guy people came to specifically for illegal credit pulls. Impermissible pullman, the credit pull guy. People simply call me credit pull, because around here, credit pulls equals money. That's why I created the illegal credit pulls path. It is the easiest way for you to start. And here is the part nobody talks about. Not everyone has negative information or trade lines they need to dispute. Not everyone is a victim of identity theft. Those paths are harder and they don't apply to everybody. But everyone that has a credit file is being violated. It does not matter if you have bad credit, fair credit, good credit, excellent credit, perfect credit. These companies don't discriminate. They don't care about your credit score. All they care about is whether or not you exist in the system. If you exist in the system, then you're being violated. So, if you're in the system, you are owed. And together, we are going to get paid from that. And just so you know, I'm not teaching this from the sidelines. I am enforcing my own rights too. Right now, I am involved in multiple cases, and I am documenting everything as it happens. And as this series continues, I'm going to show you what enforcement looks like in real time without revealing anything confidential. I've been thinking about starting a community, not a course, not a program, a real community where we learn this together. As of right now, I do not know if it's going to be a free or a paid community, but I do know one thing. We're going to build it together, and It will be a place where we work on one thing and one thing only, and that is getting you paid every time someone pulls your credit illegally. If that's something you want, tell me in the comments. So here is what comes next in the series. Now that you understand the law, I'm going to teach you the part that nobody does. How to use the civil court system to enforce your rights, how to hold these companies accountable, and how to turn these illegal credit pulls into cash in your pocket. Understanding the law is the foundation. Knowing how to use the civil court system is the power. When you combine the two, everything changes. If you are ready for the next step, stay with me. We're just getting started.